This is your opportunity to get something done about it.
It's important to have your say.
I understand it's easy to feel powerless. If you want the government to do things that are good for you, then you have to vote, and then they'll listen to you. And it takes so little time.
皆様ごきげんよう、高松菜奈です。本日2022年5月の5日はですね、イギリスの統一地方選挙ということで、私はですね、ロンドンの投票所の前にいます。今からですね、投票に行った人に話を聞きたいと思います。What is your name?
My name is Diana.
My name's Jeremy Shavrin.
And I'm Melissa van der Hecht.
Ovi.
Nick. My name's Matthew Long.
How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
35.
I'm 34.
33.
30.
35.
Do you vote?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, I vote. I've just voted.
I do vote, yes.
Yeah.
Why do you vote?
Because it's important to have your say.
Everyone has an opinion and each opinion counts, and it's important to express that opinion, whatever it may be. That's how change happens.
You know, we live in a democratic society and we have the right to express our own opinion about who governs that society, and it's a privilege and a rarity even around the world to be able to express your opinion about who governs the country.
Politicians probably ignore our interests unless we vote for them.
We're very lucky to have the opportunity to vote for what we believe in, and if you don't take that opportunity, you're almost asking for a return to a system where you have a king or a dictator or a ruler that's not listening to the people. And I think it's really important that we have our say.
We have so little control over what happens in the world around us that this is really the only way that we get to have a voice. It's the most basic way for us to have a voice.
Tell us about what your school or family taught you about voting.
My mum told me that it's important to show the society that you also have an opinion and a voice, and that you're still relevant in today's world, and that you want to be part of an opinion, and that you should always voice your opinion, especially in things that you don't agree with.
My family have taught me the importance of making my own mind up, particularly as a woman. Many people have died to give us this freedom, and it's important that we use it because they died for a reason.
They taught us that voting is important, but not in any specific way. More that voting was the small piece of power we have to decide the picture of how our country is put together.
Can you give us words of encouragement to go voting for the Japanese youth who are not voting?
It's about just asking what it is, and being wanting to part of a society, because that's what we are. We're human beings, and if we don't tell them what's wrong, they will never know that it's affecting us. As young people, we just have a very small world. It's just our friends, but there's more to life than just that.
This is your opportunity to get something done about it, because you do your research, you find out who speaks to the issues that you care about, and by putting your hand up and saying to them, I care about what you're saying, that is how the government listens to you.
As young people, and I count myself as still a young person, we get a really bad deal from governments often because they they always want to appease the people that are always going to vote, and the people that keep voting are generally the older generation. And so every government, one after another, will do things that are good for that older generation. If you want the government to do things that are good for you, then you have to vote, and then they'll listen to you.
Well said.
For us, it's more the fact that if you want change, you have to do something about it. And it's not every day, so when it happens, it's the least we can do. It's the same with recycling. I would say the best analogy is one person does it. If all of us do it, then a change is happening, and we can see that. So it's important to do it. And again, keep in mind, like you said earlier, some people don't have that right. It's a shame to not vote. Yeah.
I think it's easy to get disillusioned about politics. The world is chaotic and difficult, and it seems often that the interests of the older generations are stacked against the young. And unfortunately, the only power we as individual citizens have is voting. That's all we have. That's the only guaranteed right that a young person has, and by our collective will, we can make change. I understand it's easy to feel powerless, but we do have one hard-won right, and it's important that we use that whenever we can. You know, it's a small act, but together, if we incrementally increase the size of the vote, we'll be able to do things that are in the interests of the young. I understand it may be difficult. I understand it's not exciting. I understand also it feels sometimes pointless against the world, but you got to do something, and it's something you can do, and it takes a little time.
最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。ぜひチャンネル登録、高評価お願いいたします。それではまたごきげんよう。